the wild card game, the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Minnesota Vikings. And we'd be remiss if we didn't give a shout out to LA and all the people that are going through all the fires out there. This game actually got moved to Arizona because of all the wildfires going out there. So hopefully everybody's staying safe and can, get shelter and your families are safe. But you still got a football game to get to. So let's go ahead and get into that one. BC, buddy, what's your thoughts on this one, man? This is going to be a wild game here, man. Minnesota's pretty hot right now, and the Rams have just been playing great. They had pretty much to win out to get in, and they did it.
For sure, and both teams, I think, are playing with chips on their shoulders for different reasons. Obviously, LA, you alluded to it earlier, with the wildfires, they're going to be playing not just for themselves, they're going to be playing for their community. There's going to be, I think, a really big turnout for a lot of the LA fans going over to Arizona to support the team. And Minnesota, too. They're playing with a huge one because they had 14 wins on the season, yet they're the 5 seed. They're a wild card team in the playoffs. Like, that's going to piss them off a lot. Sam Darnold as well, having a career year. And this is going to be, I think, a shootout for sure. I don't think a lot of defense is going to be played in this one. And again, it's, what do we go? Do we go with the team that's been great during the regular season or the team that has that postseason experience? Granted, you're missing Aaron Donald, but you still have Matthew Stafford. I think that LA, with just everything, it's interesting to see that the home team in this matchup is the underdog. Yeah. But I think that this is going to be the one underdog upset matchup that I got to give it to LA in this one. It's going to be slight, but I think that Sam Darnold's lack of experience when it comes to postseason is going to finally kind of bite him in the butt here, as great of a season as he's having. And I think that this is just going to be kind of his first reminder of like, hey, you still got a ways to go. And Matt Stafford, I think, is able to move on to the next round to play what I'm thinking is going to be, or not what I'm thinking is he's going to move on to the next round for another homecoming in Detroit.
Ooh, I like it. G-Mike, what's your thoughts, bro?
I agree with that last part that you're saying. I think we know for a fact that the Vikings are overall the best team, right, in this game. Both offenses are great. They have great receivers, great running backs, and great quarterbacks. And the offensive lines are just up to, I wouldn't say an amazing offensive line for each team, but they're up to par that they can protect for the quarterback and they could block for the running backs. But when it comes to defense, the Vikings are a way better team defensively than the Rams. The Rams are in the bottom half of the league when it comes to defense, pass, and rush. The Vikings are like a little above the middle pack, so I would say a little above average. But I want to see what Sam Darnold's going to do in the postseason because we've seen what Matthew Stafford can do. The guy can go out there and win games. He could go out there and win the last 2 minutes of the drive and win the game for you. But can Sam Darnold do that? Can we see what Sam Darnold can do in prime time wild card matchup if he can go out there, get the ball to Justin Jefferson, get the ball to Jordan Addison, get the ball to Aaron Jones consistently throughout the whole game to beat Matthew Stafford at his best? Because in the postseason, he is at his best. Can Sam Darnold do it? Is that the biggest question right there?
Yep.
Yeah, so I kind of feel like I'm the lone Sam Darnold guy here, man. I really like Sam Darnold. I think he's having a hell of a year. I like what he's did the connection with Kevin O'Connell. I'm actually going to take the Vikings in this one. I think the Vikings have been playing fantastic football, man. They came up against a good Detroit team. Sam Darnold did seem a little rattled in that game, but that was one of the loudest arenas that you've heard all year. Detroit is a damn good team as well. They were fighting for that NFC North title in that one. But beginning of the year, we all were like, man, Minnesota has no chance at all. They're going to be, they're depleted, blah, blah. We were totally wrong in the Minnesota, and I think we're going to be wrong. Everybody's going to be wrong in this one, too. I think I'm going with the Vikings to take this one. I really like what they're doing. Justin Jefferson, I think, is going to show up, playoff time now. So everybody's 0-0, so you can throw all the records out the window. But I like what Minnesota is doing right now, man. So I'm going to take Minnesota in this one. That might be the only one.
So you think Sam Darnold is going to play a good game in the postseason?
I do. I think that he had it was a fluky experience that he had last week. It did not look good. I will be the first to admit that one. But I like what they're doing. I think that it's like I was saying before. Everybody's 0-0 again. That's that cliche thing that the whole season starts back over. And I think Sam Darnold's going to show out. I think he needs to show out. I think he's going to improve the team. I think he's going to have a good game. I think Matthew Stafford's better. I'm not saying that. It's not going to be against they don't play against each other on the field, if you will.
Yeah, of course.
But I would take Matthew Stafford in a playoff game over Sam Darnold. I just like what Sam Darnold's doing. I like their offense. I like what Minnesota's doing. I think they'll come out the win. Even if Sam Darnold has a mediocre game, Minnesota's defense is pretty damn good.
So to me, technically, what you're saying that they are starting off 0-0. I do agree with that. But to me, the playoffs started last week for the Vikings against the Detroit Lions because they're fighting for the number 1 seed. You want that bye week. You want home field advantage going through the whole playoffs. They didn't get that. And you saw how the way he played under that pressure was not the same Sam Darnold that we saw all season. It was Sam Darnold under the big lights. So
that's a very valid point. He did not look good. He did not look like the same Sam Darnold that's been playing pretty much all year. He looked rattled. It did not look good. But I'm going to put that one aside and just go with I think the team learned and they they're gonna play well. I'm going Minnesota.
Yeah, that definitely can happen for sure. They can learn from their mistakes 100%.